Andrew woke up, he was blind. He was unable to see. But faith still kicked in, and after a couple of days, he saw a little teeny weeny light. Just a little teeny weeny light, and it was just enough. Andrew's vision is like this. If you were to close your right eye, he's totally blind in the right. If you were to put your hand over part of your left, he's totally blind in the left peripheral. He only sees, it's like looking through a little bitty straw, but it's just enough. And we learned some huge lessons from that. His life had changed, my life had changed. It was tough, but we had to learn how to play through the foul. He came to me and he said, Mom, feeling really, really bad. Is there anything worse than losing your sight? And I said, yes, my son, losing your vision. And in the way that he usually looks at me like, Mom don't know anything. She be making up stuff. Oh my God, instead of making sight vision. I said, there's a difference. Stick with me. I do know something. You see, sight is physical. Vision is spiritual. Every last one of you has a vision for something. And we're all different. We're all different. Something has been placed inside of you spiritually to say, this is your purpose in life. And you're all busy trying to figure it out, but you have it. Sight is very, very tangible. We tend to trust that a lot. I have to be honest. I have to choose between my sight and my vision. I'm going to trust that vision. I'm just going to trust that vision because I know where it comes from. So Andrew's situation was like this. The way I see it, everyone said, oh, this is horrible. He's legally blind. Like, how can you be illegally blind? Just a question. Could be me. Can you be illegal? Oh, you're getting arrested. You're bumping into people. Come with me. Illegally blind. Anyway, so he's legally blind. And everyone said this is going to be so hard for him, and it was. He would go into restaurants, and he would bump into people, and he would get very, very upset. And it was hard because he couldn't see the things that we take for granted out here. And I said, let's flip this thing. Let's stop worrying so much about what you can't see. That's a beautiful thing. See, Andrew, you have no peripheral distractions. See, in life, we have a goal, just like a basketball goal, that we need to focus on. But we're too busy concerned about the worry and the doubt that we won't move ahead. Another example is, because Andrew was so fearful, and I didn't know anything about sighted guide and using a cane. I had to learn as I went along, but I was a basketball coach. So the basketball coach and me kicked in. I said, all right, we're going to knock this in the bud. We're not doing that fear thing. We're not doing that. I don't want to go. We're not doing that. That's what we're doing. I took him to the most congested place I could find. Downtown New York City, Manhattan. Fashion Ave. And this is what we're going to do. You're going to walk, Mommy, please. I don't want to. I'm afraid. No, you're not. Get your cane, and you're going to walk. But where are the people if I bump into people? Well, if you bump into, you get that cane, and you look straight ahead, and you just get to swing your hand. You swing it, and you get to your destination. And when you're done, we're going to go see the Lion King. 2007, I'm in Bloomington, Indiana. This thing is spreading, by the way. I just want to tell you, it's a great story. Bloomington, Indiana, I decide not to go to the big grocery store. I decide I'm going to go to the little grocery store. It's a little convenience store. I've never been before, but I only had a few items, so I stopped in. I have now purchased all my items, and I'm standing there, and I swipe my card. And I'm getting my receipt, and as I'm getting my receipt, I'm getting ready to turn to take my card and roll out of the store. Well, just then, out of my peripheral, I see this guy. Honestly, he is yelling at the top of his lungs, and he's sprinting at me like this. I got it! I got it! And he gets to me, and he grabs my cart and swings it out of my hand. First, he pushes me like this. I got it! And grabs my cart. Now, I am a good Christian woman, I am. I am. But I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, like the nation's crime capital. So I go in a full crouching tiger. I mean, I am about to beat this guy. I'm taking the shoes off. I am ready to beat this guy down. Right? Thank the Lord that I did not do it. I looked at his face because he said to me, I got it. Ricky pushed the carts. Took that cart and he swung it around. And I saw that he had a facial deformity. And I said, aha, perhaps there's a mental disability here. And so I let him take my cart, pushed it out of the store. And we got to the car. I was there with my son and my friend John. And we got to the car and he bagged it all up. And then he finished and he looked at me one more time. And he said, "I got it! Ricky pushed the carts!" And off he went back to the store to scare some other people. And right then and there I said, wow, isn't that amazing? You talk about empowerment. Taking ownership of what you do. Not caring about what you can't do. It was all epitomized and embodied inside of Ricky. I choked up. And at the time I was a little immature, so me and my son, we were like around the house screaming, "I got it! Mom washed the dishes! I got it! Andrew played a video game." You know, it was just, I kept waiting for my son to go, "I got it! Andrew cleaned his room," and he never said it. One day I have a vision. But that was Ricky. But most importantly, and here's what I don't want you to miss. Somebody believed in Ricky enough to give him that job pushing carts. And you better not try to take it from him. You see, they understood that Ricky probably couldn't be the cashier, would never get promoted to manager, he probably wouldn't do good at stocking. But you know what else they did? They didn't put him in the back and say, "You go back there and count the cans of corn and the kumquats." They said, "You go out in front of people, Ricky, and help them. You serve." And so there was such a sense of power for Ricky to push people's cart. He didn't want you to do it because he could do it to serve you. And here's my favorite one, follow up. Had a boss, same bad boss with a snake face. She gave me, at the beginning of the year, you know how you sit down and you got assigned, these are your duties and responsibilities, right? And it's like this huge list, like mine was like a book. That was in the beginning of the year, and I had all these duties and responsibilities. We're all a new staff, brand new. Well, at the end of the year, you know, after 9 months, she's like, "Well, you didn't do the X, Y, and Z." And I'm like flipping through, I'm like, oh man, I didn't. Out of 50 things, I did do 49 of them. She found the one I didn't do and said, "Why didn't you do it?" Well, my question was, "I'm sorry, when did you follow up with me on that?" I pushed back, and then I got fired. But that's a whole different story. Perhaps they'll do it the same way I did it. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, again, felt like I was the leadership person teaching leadership to her. You got to follow up, and I'm sure maybe she didn't like it, but it was an important lesson. You can't just assign things and then 9 months later, you know people have 50 million things to do. If you don't go back and say this is important, hey, not trying to micromanage, but I just want to follow up. Where are we right now on that project? Where are we on that? If they did forget, give them a chance to save face and go, "Holy smokes, don't know, but I'll be on it tomorrow, sir. I'll have that for you, or ma'am, and I'll have that for you, X and Y. Don't just wait and can't, like somebody lurking and can't wait to just pounce on them. "I told you you didn't do a good job." You can't do that. Not if you want to be an effective leader. So stop stressing about what you can't do and wake up every day and on 3 say 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.